Hey everybody, I'm Justin with AmericanTrucks.com, and today I'm taking a closer look at and showing you how to install the Signature Series projector headlights with the black housings and clear lenses, fitting all 2019 and newer Ram 1500s equipped with halogen headlights. Now you guys should be checking out these Signature Series options for your newer Ram if you'd like to make a big time upgrade in regards to both appearance and performance, thanks to things like the twin LED daytime running lights, modern projectors loaded with brand new bulbs, and an aggressive blacked out look, all for right around that mid $600 price point. So big features right off the bat here, guys. We'll be making the switch from your basic and kind of cheap chrome factory halogen reflector to a more modern and more aggressive blacked out pair, complete with a factory style daytime running light and a halogen projector. Now that low beam projector will be huge in updating not only the look, but also improving light output at night and throw, thanks to the brighter, more focused beam of light. But then we have the dual DRLs, or daytime running lights, both LED of course, and both top and bottom. Now these DRLs will illuminate whenever your parking lights or headlights have been switched on, and absolutely contribute to a more premium look. In fact, at first glance, I think these really do resemble the newer kind of blacked out factory LED headlights like you'd see on the newer Rebels and so forth. And altogether, once installed on your basic halogen truck, will really increase the appearance of your Ram at home. Construction of the Signature Series lights will combine, again, that OEM quality ABS black plastic or base, which is then topped off with that crystal clear polycarbonate lens. The headlights themselves are weather sealed to prevent any moisture or condensation from building up behind those lenses over time. Now the lights do include brand new H7 bulbs for your low beams and brand new H1 bulbs for your highs, along with all of your turn signal bulbs. Everything is ready to rock right out of the box. Very turnkey package that will feature a plug and play install. We'll show you more on that here in a bit. Finally, guys, the lights are fully adjustable and are given the DOT and SAE stamp of approval, which does make them legal for use in all 50 states. Now moving into price point, and the Signature Series options here and their halogen projectors will come in right around that mid $600 mark, putting these in line with other similar options that deliver some sort of LED accent lighting, but stick with a halogen low and high beam. Now, if you did want to upgrade to something that will be a full LED operation, not only for DRLs, but also your main headlights, you can certainly find them here on the site. We have a bunch to choose from, but just be prepared to spend a bit more money on those at the end of the day. I'm going with a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and this should take you an hour to complete from start to finish. But now to give you a better idea of how this one might go down in the garage or driveway at home, let's throw it out to the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
Tools required for this install include a ratchet, a clip remover tool, a 10mm ratcheting wrench, 8 and 10mm sockets, and a T25 Torx socket.
What's up, guys? Today we're installing a set of headlights on our Ram. First, we're going to watch a quick uninstalled video showing you how to remove your factory headlights, and I'll meet you right back here for the install.
So for this install, you're going to need to pop your hood, remove your upper rad cover, the grill, and some of the surrounding trim. It's a pretty simple process. I'm going to walk you through the whole thing. So let's get started. So we're going to start by removing our upper rad cover. There's a bunch of plastic clips that need to be removed, so I'm going to use my plastic clip removal tool and pop the heads of them open. And then once I get those all removed, I can pull the panel off. Pull this panel right off. The next piece we need to remove is the headlight trim and grille trim here on the top of the vehicle. It's a combination of a pop clip and 10mm screws. So I'm going to use my clip tool once again and a 10mm socket to pull all of these out, and then I can just remove this piece from the vehicle. Next, I'm going to use my 8mm socket to remove some of the screws here on the inner wheel well and pull the liner back to expose a little bit more hardware that's hiding behind the liner so I can get this panel off that surrounds the headlight. So now that I have the liner pulled back, I've exposed this 10mm bolt here inside the wheel well liner, and I'm going to use my 10mm on a ratchet and just pull that out. Now I'll just repeat this process on the other side. Next, I'm going to need to remove my grill. There are 3 10mm bolts at the bottom of either side of the grill, and there are 4 across the top. I'll just use my 10mm socket on my small impact gun, remove all of those screws, and pull the grill off. So now that I have my grill removed, I can go ahead and start unbolting and unhooking my headlights. I have a clip here at the top as well as a 10mm bolt, and then I have a 10mm bolt here on the side from the fender, and I'll just use my 10mm socket and my clip tool and pull those out, and then I can unhook my headlights. It's a little hard to see, but I'm just going to unplug my headlight connectors from the back. Just push down on the tabs to release them, and then you can pull the headlight out.
So now that we have our factory headlight removed, we're going to need to transfer over this lower cover over to our new one. We have 5 T25 Torx bolts holding this in, so grab a T25 Torx socket and pull these out. So we're going to start with the 1 bolt on each side, and then we'll get the 3 that are underneath. Rotate it around and get the one on the other side. And then we'll get these 3 on the bottom. And now just lift up on that. And now we'll come over to our new headlight. We've got these 2 slots in the cover that are going to slide onto these 2 posts. Lay it down, slide it in, and then you can start threading in your bolts. And now these 3 bottom bolts are self-tapping, so you can just run these in. And then just fully tighten down your other 2.
And now do that same thing for your other headlight, and we'll get these on the truck. So now we can just plug in our 2 connectors and slide our headlight into place. So just push this in until you hear the click. And then same on the one in the back here. And then you can slide this into place. So now we can thread in the bolt up top and the one in the side. And then just get your headlight all lined up and take a 10mm socket, tighten those down. And then do that same thing on the other side. Next we can line up and push our grill into place. And now slide that upper trim piece into place. And now we can thread in those 4 bolts for the top of the grill. As well as all of the bolts for the upper trim. And now I'll take a 10mm socket and tighten all of those bolts down. And now grab your rad cover and lay that down into place. And then you can reinstall all of these push clips. Next we can reinstall the 3 bolts at the bottom corner of our grill. The 2 longer ones are going to be for the 2 inside bolts. And then the short one is going to be for the outside. And then take a 10mm socket and tighten those down. And then once you have those installed, you can line up the tabs and reinstall this lower trim piece. And then do the same thing on the other side. So now we can come back to the wheel well. We have that 1 bolt that goes from the fender side and then bolts into this lower trim piece. Now our bolt's missing, so I don't have one to actually put back there. But the hole's just going to be right here, so just thread it in and then grab a 10mm ratcheting wrench to tighten it down. I like to use an S wrench like this because it'll fit right through that slot there, and then you have a lot more rotation than you would with just a straight wrench. So once you have that installed, you can replace your fender liner and then reinstall those 3 screws that we removed. And then grab your 8mm socket and tighten all of these down. And then do the same thing on the other side. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Signature Series projector headlights with black housing and clear lens for your 2019 and newer Ram 1500 with factory halogen headlights. Thank you for watching, and for all things Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.